What's going on, y'all? It is day 23 of my 1K a day series. Just as a recap, this is me treating every single day as if I got paid $1,000 to live it up until 1,000 days. So we are up 23K, man. Sunday, last day of my week, max velocity day on the track. I just left work while I'm shooting at night. It's a busy day, but I got to the track around like 11-ish. My warm-up and everything again takes like an hour. Took a little bit longer today, probably like an hour and 15, just like working on some extra, like just really trying to focus on the movements of the workouts, and trying to keep that, like trying to make myself as technical as possible when I'm doing these movements, because I don't want to just be kind of going through the motions, even though I was on like a time crunch today because I had work at 3. So got to the track about 11. It was freezing outside again, but it was like partially cloudy, because whenever it's sunny out on the track, it heats it up. Like it could be 35 degrees outside per se. Let's say it's 35 degrees outside. If it's sunny and on the track, it'll feel like 55 degrees after you've been out there for about 30 minutes, because the track is so hot and the sun's beaming down on it. And the track that I work out on is black, so that even helps like kind of facilitate some heat. So that's nice there. But I got that done, and after the warm-up, got into some drill work where I did like some 3 by 20 meter skips, like speed skips. Got into some speed bounds, which I was pretty terrible at. And I realized, like, again, my growing area is like, from that surgery, is just really a lot slower than the rest of my legs. And I can like really expose it with those speed bounds. Like when I was bounding, I was like, it feels as if like my growing feels like it's about to pull almost. Like it's like tight, slow, and like it almost feels as if there's like I don't know, it just feels slower than the rest of my legs. That's the best way to put it. It just feels like there's almost like extra matter there. That probably doesn't make much sense, but it feels as if the blood flow to that area right now is not as good as it is to other areas of my body due to that surgery. And due to me just kind of compensating around it and not focusing on it enough. So those speed bounds really kind of exposed that, and so did max velocity. This is the first max velocity day I've had, like I've gotten to do, honestly, really ever. I've never had an actual max velocity day. So it's into week 2 of my program. I actually got to do my max velocity day, so I actually got to get through my full week. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm actually tired, like drained from this. My body has not really fully adapted. Like it's weird. Like I did a 60, 70, and 80 meter for the max velocity sprints, and what I was really trying to focus on was a 30 meter. It's basically 30 meter flies. I didn't time them this time. I just wanted to get my body used to the distance and the break. So 30 meter flies with 5-minute breaks in between, and like I can tell I didn't hit my full speed, because after I got done with it, I wasn't tired. Like I could just tell, like it felt as if my growing area was like holding me back speed wise. It was like I just literally couldn't, I don't know how to really explain it, but I couldn't get that area to go all out. It's almost like my brain is again sending pain signals to where it's like, just like slow down, like don't go all out. And that's fine, because the rest of my body, is moving pretty relaxed and smooth. So I think it's just breaking that part of my body in, which again, over the course of weeks and weeks and weeks doing my program that specifically targets that area, like 5 days a week, again, that's gonna be cash money in 10, 15 weeks. So I'm happy there. And I'm happy with my overall, again, conditioning. Like I did those max velocity, and I kind of did something new where I kind of incorporated running, like, and bobbing my head, because it felt like that really activated my core when I kind of like, not bob your head back, so not throw your head back, so keep your head forward, but boom, 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 and keep it there, to where it's almost like that area is doing the brunt of the work, and kind of trying to breathe through that. And that's something that is kind of experimental, which, like, I like. This is why I like, coaching myself, because if you run like this, right, if you're experimenting at max velocity, you're doing a max velocity day, and you have a coach, he or she, they're not going to let you, bob your head like this when you don't naturally do it. They're going to be like, that's stupid, like, keep your head still, work the arms. But the thing is, I know for a fact, when I perfect this area here, or this movement there, and get that part of my, like, body just as fast as my hands and everything, I'm going to benefit from it. Whether, a coach would see it or not, I know it. So I can experiment at that, like, just because I coach myself, I can experiment with that now. I can do that now. I can go be bad at that now. And no one's there to be in my way or make a slick joke about it or do that. I can just actually get better at something I know for a fact, in the end, will benefit me. And just as like a reference for it, the guy who won the 400 meter for Botswana, he does it. Like, it's like a natural thing where it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's a rhythm, and you literally feel it all the way down the front of your body, like down into your, like, lower abdomen to groin area. It's like you're, like, running from that. And it's really hard to explain. It's easier to see when you're doing it. But goodness, when you first started, you sometimes look a little stupid, especially if you're not, like, naturally super skinny and you're kind of muscular doing it, because your shoulders aren't as relaxed as they need to be when you're kind of going. Sometimes they hunch up and you kind of look a little stupid there. But that's not the point. I know what I'm aiming for. I know how it should feel. And just being able to experiment like that is something I really value. The fact that, like, when you coach yourself, you don't have to hear the words from the peanut gallery where somebody's like, oh, that's a great idea, but are you going to do it your way or my way? And that is, like, the most annoying thing I always get, because, like, obviously I'm going to do it my way. I'm me. Like, you can do it your way. I will always do a singular sport thing my way. It's not a team sport, right? And that's one thing that, like, when I boxed for a while. I boxed for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. When I would try to do things my own way, it was like I would clash with my coaches sometimes in that aspect. Because for football, it was like, yeah, it's a team sport. I'll do it your way because you draw up the play. It's 10 other people that depend on me to do this exact job. But boxing and track and field, this is a singular sport. I'm the one getting, like, for me, it was like, I'm the one getting punched in the face. I'm going to do this my way. And for track, I'm the one on the track when the gun goes off as running. I'm going to do this my way. It's not my way or the highway, it's my way, and that's it. And that's what I like coaching myself, where I don't have to, even bring that type of, like, energy to it, because it just gets to that point when I'm, trying to do something my way, when I know myself so well. It's like, I know for a fact this is going to work for me. It's just like any other thing. This whole, like, that looks unorthodox, it just takes time for me to develop this, like, thing that, like, nothing really comes super, like, natural to me. I have an idea and I see, like, an advantage, and I have to work for it, just like people have to work for their basic techniques. Just as long as, you will give someone 6 months to get good at a basic technique, but when someone tries their own technique and it doesn't work out in 3 days, you tell them to stop doing it. I think that's the dumbest thing that coaches do. And I think that's what has angered me as a player and as an athlete for my entire life, where it's like, this comes naturally to this person has an idea and it makes sense in their head, And they can do it if you give them time to develop it well, but you just shoot it down because you're not good enough of a coach to help him develop this exact style or this way of doing it. And, you know, what you're doing is you're stopping progress. Because one thing the human body does, the human body knows what it wants to do. Now, if you can grow it with your mind, you know, you can build that mind-muscle connection, that's what takes the time to develop. But, like, even, for instance, like a physical instance, when you see a beginner in boxing, and they're doing this bad boy right here, and you're like, they coach them, stop doing that, you know, put your hands up like this. But you realize, like, what they're really trying to do, but they have no control over their nervous system, is they're trying to do this. They're literally trying to do this. So if you let them go from here to here to here, now, you know, this guy right here, this you know, robot is a lot less effective than this guy right here. But it's just that you want to let that person develop that natural, you know, progress from that. And the same thing applies to different things with track. It's like you can't, that's why like no two athletes run the exact same way. But, you know, I'm glad I figured that out on Max Velocity Day, that I kind of, my natural running style is the head bob. And I'm going to 100% do that and develop and work on that. So I'm glad I figured that out week 2 and I have some stuff to build upon. But I think that is it for day 23. So I will see you guys tomorrow.